Welcome back to the channel. We are the Real Cinema Squad. My name's Ty, that's Roman, and we are about to get a first look and reaction to the third and final trailer for the Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. I am super excited. Are you excited, Roman?
I am super excited. I loved these movies, the trilogy that came before this, so I'm very excited for this movie.
Let's do it.
Son, your father, he waits.
So excited for this.
Much to learn,
It looks incredible.
much to teach. There are dangers
Proximus!
beyond our village.
What a wonderful day!
Magnus Village.
Help your father!
I feel like it's going to be cut during the actual.
The CGI looks incredible in this.
Motion capture is top tier.
My family. I will find them. I will bring them home.
Look at that.
To survive, remember your strength, your compassion, your mercy.
Why do they hunt her?
Those things. That's
She
why.
knows the human secrets.
Yeah.
There we go.
I have a name. May.
Hey!
I know where they're taking your clan.
You chose a human over an ape.
This was a human place.
It is not yours.
It is now, isn't it?
The elders did not tell us everything about this world.
Nor bend for your king.
Never.
That's right.
Oh man.
Oh
Get tickets now.
What a trailer.
my gosh. A lot to unpack in that.
The kingdom that we've seen, it's obviously 300 years after the events of the first trilogy. So Caesar is gone and things have evolved beyond what they were before. In the opening of the thing, it mentioned, that there were different villages, areas of the world where maybe there were some different rulers. In the opening seconds of the trailer, it shows Noah. His mother comes to him and says, "Your father wants to see you," which leads me to believe that Noah's family is of some importance, some rulership in this world. And then it cuts immediately to this more aggressive area where Proximus Caesar has basically done the exact opposite and skewed the teachings of Caesar.
300 years post Caesar. And essentially, the humans are all but extinct. And obviously, they have digressed. Apes and humans have switched places. One of the first things that pops into my mind is like, how is this one girl speaking? Who is she? How does she know what she knows? Is she a survivor of like a small amount of people that maintained their intelligence and somehow stayed hidden from the apes all this time? The other question is like, is there someone that's connected to Caesar? Because obviously we're not going to get the main characters 300 years later.
Before I get into that, I want to delve into a little bit of the history that jumped out to me right away. And I saw a lot of similarities between ancient Rome and obviously Caesar, the main ape that we know, is named for Julius Caesar. And after the time of Julius Caesar, for about 170 years, there were several rulers who were all about war and division. And one of those rulers was Caligula, who was known for being erratic, tyrannical, and corrupt, one of the worst rulers in ancient history. And then you look at a character, coincidentally, looks a lot like the ape Caesar, and his name is Noah, which means rest. So it's the opposite of what's happening on the other side of the planet. Proximus Caesar, using a name, as I mentioned earlier, that means near Caesar, obviously twisting what the world knows of what Caesar was teaching.
No, I mean you're absolutely right. This is representing almost like an empire. So Caesar led in a way that people could respect. You know, he didn't want to harm humans. He actually loved humans. He just felt like apes deserved to be treated fairly. And he just wanted to free the apes from bondage. The ultimate savior in the first trilogy, as time goes on and Caesar is no longer there, how have they twisted his words? Clearly, they become super twisted, or at least this one faction that's led by Proximus Caesar. And I'm wondering, like, did he just give himself that name, you know, and say, I'm going to just start taking over? It seems as though Noah's family is more in line with to seek truth. And obviously, this whole movie is going to be about a journey of Noah finding out the truth to essentially overcome the evils that have come about 300 years later.
The theory that I have is that Noah is the true heir to Caesar. And it's going to come to the point where Noah is going to have to face off against Proximus Caesar and say, I am the true heir of Caesar, you are not. That the girl, like, you're like, what does she know? The way it hit me, and maybe I'm wrong, is that in the way that in the first Planet of the Apes movie with Caesar, the apes couldn't speak and life was normal for the humans, and the apes gradually learned speech and that kind of thing. Maybe we're in the counter evolution. The humans have devolved into not being able to speak at the end of the trilogy, and now maybe they're turning it back the other way. After 300 years,
maybe she was just a long line of immune humans to the simian flu. She has this information, and then she's going to try to essentially lead this rebellion of the humans. And then maybe she becomes the love interest of the actual astronauts that come back. You know, I mean, they're going to introduce the astronauts again. She's going to play a pivotal role, probably just as important as Noah's role.
We're going to end back up basically a better version of where the second movie in the trilogy was, where there were humans and intelligent apes kind of living side by side. Obviously, in that movie, they were segmented off to where the humans were basically living in a camp. But I think we're going to get to a more idealized version of that, where it's like, all right, these humans live over here, we live over here, we come together when we need to, but we're going to coexist. I can go so far as to say the next movie is going to be called Battle of the Planet of the Apes, because that's going to be Noah and May having to take down Proximus Caesar once and for all. And they're going to need a bigger, more epic battle than the Battle of San Francisco in the second movie.
I think we're going to be left on a cliffhanger at the end of this one. And what if that cliffhanger is the astronauts landing? That would be pretty sick to like end on that, with Proximus basically still in charge, being this terrible ruler, but Noah and May basically trying to formalize a rebellion.
What if the astronauts land and then one of the astronauts walk off and walk up to Noah and be like, what's going on? And Noah's like, do you have a name? And he says, I don't remember what Charlton Heston's name was in the movie, but he says like, oh, I'm that character.
That would be amazing. It would come full circle. And I think that's what they're trying to do. It's like they're trying to bring it back to the time of the original movies. And
yeah, like did we need another Apes movie? No, but are we glad we have one? Yeah. Let us know in the comments. Do you think this new trilogy or whatever it's going to be is going to be able to top a scene like the Battle of San Francisco? Because I don't know if they can.
Super excited. Thanks to everyone that watched this reaction. We're super stoked. For Roman and Ty, this is the Real Cinema Squad signing off.
See you next time.